Hi there. Welcome to the Solopreneur Shift. I am your host, Molly Wilson, and on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the difference between growing your business and scaling your business. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because even I, as a startup entrepreneur, got this really confused. And quite honestly, I wasted a lot of time and energy and worry about scaling my business before I even had a business to scale. It is something I myself got really confused about and I didn't really understand. And I see it happening a lot in different business programs where they're trying to scale something when there's not really evidence or proof or a vision to replicate. And therefore, you're wasting a lot of your time before really even knowing what you're creating will sell. So before I jump in, I'm going to do a little product of the podcast. This is where I spotlight a product or a service that I offer so that you know how you can work with me and how I help people. Today's product of the podcast is my coaching service called Idea to Offer. This is a one-on-one coaching program where I help women who have an idea start their business online. It's all about getting clear on your idea, your vision, your values, your strategy, and developing a business plan that's suitable for your lifestyle and also profitable for your future. I am currently open for enrollment for people like you who are inspiring entrepreneurs, startup, or in the early phases of growing your business. Create a business that's true for you and brings your idea into reality. You can learn more about this offer by messaging me, emailing me, or going to my website to find more, which I will link down in the show notes below. All right, so back to our conversation today where we are talking about the differences between growing your business and scaling your business. If you are a solopreneur in the wellness, coaching, or health space, understanding these two stages will help you make smarter decisions, avoid your burnout, and know what's next on your journey. So the first part, growing your business. This is for people who are just starting out. Your main goal, your priority is about finding clients. It's about creating revenue. It's about working more hours and growing your schedule, right? Growing your business. Examples could be taking on more one-on-one clients. It could be creating live workshops. It could be expanding your service hours. So it's important that if you are starting your business, you focus on getting clients where you can test your methods, get some experience, get some testimonials, learn the transformations, learn the pain points. In this process of the growing phase, you are developing your business. Now, what is great about growing your business is that you generally make money quickly, right? It's a pretty steady and standard protocol. You get a client, you get paid to get the client. You work with a client, you make money, and you develop a referral network. You start building, again, your presence and your authority as a business. In this process, it could also be an experimental phase. You're learning what works and what doesn't. You're learning how much energy do you have and how much money do you really want to charge for your service. So it's the first step here. As you have your business plan, as you have your offer, your first step is building the business, growing and getting clients, getting in front of people, getting that visibility. The problem with this phase, some of the challenges are that it can be very time consuming. So it's basically time for money. It's similar to a 9 to 5 where you have to show up in order to make money. And this part generally is the hustle. It's the hustle phase of the business, which to some people is very overwhelming. It's very frustrating. It's very challenging. And so that's why, again, I'm a little pitch here. Having a business coach, having somebody to help you work through some of these problems is essential. As a new entrepreneur, that is your priority, is growing your business, right? So once you've acquired clients, once you're working, your schedule's full with clients, whether it's one-to-one or you're doing some group coaching and workshops, you're ready to move on to scaling. This is phase 2 of a business. Now, my problem was that I was trying to scale before I had a business, as I explained. I was putting the cart before the horse. I was trying to do can create things to sell without actually proof and testimonials and experience. Now, this to many people is the quick fix, money, way to make money. You hear about it all the time. Create a digital product, create a course and sell it and make passive income. Now, that is such a great approach, but for people who already have a growing business or who already have clients, because they can pull those methods and experiences and testimonials and the transformations and package it up into something that they can sell on automation. But for somebody who's just starting out, trying to do that without knowing what works is a big waste of time. Take it from me. I have done this several times where I've created something, whether it's a workbook or a course, and I had this great idea and I tried to sell it, but nobody was buying it. I wondered why me? Of course. But I realized it was because I didn't actually have proof that what I was selling or trying to sell worked. I didn't have the messaging down. I didn't have a system that I practiced and testimonials to prove what I'm trying to sell. So I kind of got things mixed up. I was, again, going into phase 2 without doing phase 1. So what is scaling? Scaling is about increasing your impact and income without increasing your workload. This is things like systems, automation, creating leverage, and other ways to make money without doing all of the work, without having to show up. So many times what people would recommend or what business coaches in this phase teach is how to replicate your service into passive income, or how to expand on your current business without doing more work. And oftentimes this can look like those digital products. So if you have a proven method, you run people through a program for your health coaching or your wellness program or your training, and it works. The idea is to take those concepts and create a course or a digital product that you can sell without having to do the training. It's like doing all the hard work first to get the information, spending a little bit more time on building something and then selling it without having to do it every time. So some other examples of scaling a business would be to use email automations, would be to hire support or onboard other people to help you with branding, marketing, or other coaches if you grow to a larger coaching model. Using AI tools to help you save time and create systems. And then also another example would be to offer group programs instead of one-on-one. So using your model that works from phase 1, you grow your business, using that to create a group coaching program where you can teach more than one person at a time. And this is amazing for productivity. It's amazing for community as well, but it's amazing for a business owner to reach more people with a shorter amount of time. The great thing about scaling your business is that you get more freedom. You get to be more creative. You have alternate pathways for people, and that means reaching a larger audience and solving more problems, right? But some of the downsides of that are that it can require the upfront setup and strategy. There can be a tech learning curve. You might not be sure or know how to automate things, how to upload videos into a program that you can create a link to and purchase, and then also marketing that product using AI or your email list to do that. All of these other behind the scenes pieces can feel really overwhelming as a business owner. Now, just another quick little plug. That is something I do help people with, primarily businesses who are in this phase 2 process. They have grown, they have working clients. Now they're looking at digitizing or monetizing their revenue or their client base. So if that's you, again, you can reach out and chat with me a little bit more and I can teach you how to do that. So just to recap, if you are a startup entrepreneur, Your focus is on growing your business. Do not get too caught up in the weeds about the tech setup, the automations, and trying to digitize products. Step back and really just focus on building relationships and getting clients to test your method. Okay. That's phase 1 of a business journey. And once you get that under your belt, once you're working and thriving in that way, and you want to expand, you scale. So scaling is building smarter systems so your results grow without more effort. So I invite you to reflect on this question. Ask yourself, am I in the growth phase or is it time to scale? Get very, very clear on where you are and make that your priority. And if you still have questions and you're still not sure how to navigate this in your business, reach out to me. So if you are new here, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on the weekly videos I share about professional development, entrepreneurship, and building your business. Thank you for listening, and I will see you online.